I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here for our media roundtable. The purpose of this media roundtable is to hear about the outstanding work being done as a kickoff to our statewide initiative for this Poverty Summit. This is not just a one-day event, but an initiative to reduce poverty and maximize economic opportunities for all of Michigan's citizens. And we're just so happy to have each of the 8 regions represented here in the state of Michigan. To my right, we'd like to recognize Linda Schmidt, who has been leading this advisory group effort and serves as our Poverty Summit specialist. She will be instrumental in how well we do in terms of reducing poverty and maximizing economic opportunities for all in each of our 8 regions, and she will be our subject matter expert as it relates to this discussion. In Region 1, we're happy to have Earl Hahn, who's the Executive Director of the Alger and Marquette Community Action Agency. Region 1, it serves the Upper Peninsula. Region 2, we have John Stevenson, who's the Executive Director of the Northwest Community Action Agency. Northwest is the Traverse City region. Region 3 is Jane Johnson, who's the Director of the Muskegon County Department of Human Services, and happy to have Jane here in our Muskegon area. Region 4 is John Van Nieuwenhuizen. Did I say that correctly? I killed it, didn't I?
Van Nieuwenhuizen.
Van Nieuwenhuizen, thank you. President of the 8CAP Incorporated. Region 5 is Mary Ann Vandermark, the Executive Director of the Human Development Commission. Region 6 is Nancy McFarland, the Chief Executive Officer of the Community Action Agency. Region 7 is the Chief Executive Officer of the Community Action Agency of Jackson, Lenawee, and Hillsdale, and that's Marsha Krucher. Region 8 is Renee Fluker, who's the Community Liaison for the Wayne County Department of Human Services. Before we get started, our Department of Human Services Director, Ishmael Ahmed, is here. We're going to provide him an opportunity to give a few remarks after the end of this discussion with regards to how important the great work that came out of these 8 regions is to advancing our mission here at DHS in terms of serving vulnerable children and families. At this time, we will kick off with Linda, who will give us an overview of what happened in these 8 regions, and then we'll hear the results that happened in each of the 8 regions. Linda?
Thank you, Edward. Each of the 8 regions has actually been meeting over some time now, at least twice for most of them, and getting a plan together on how they're going to organize a network to reach out to all the various stakeholder groups in their areas, so that all of the different poverty reduction activities that are already going on can be better linked, and we can have more communication between the public programs, private programs, and the consumers themselves. So at the regional breakouts that just occurred here today at the largest statewide summit, I think ever in history, I don't know that for sure, but that's what I'm saying, is their groups got together and discussed around various themes about what was already working in their region, what they think can be done, and they voted on priorities for what they want to focus on locally, because we know that poverty looks different depending on where you are and what region of the state you're in. And I personally want to thank all of these regional leads and all the people who have been working in the regions for doing such a fantastic job responding to so many, such a multitude of requests to get this summit together and to get the regional planning together so that we can kick off this Voices for Action network and really start to work together in a fundamentally new and innovative way. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from our regions. Region 1, serving the Upper Peninsula. Earl.
Well, thank you. The Upper Peninsula comprises 33% of all the land mass of the state of Michigan, but we only have 3% of our population. And as you can imagine, the subject of interest for us was transportation and healthcare. Folks getting to doctor's appointments, making it to our regional medical centers that are located in great distances in the Upper Peninsula. The second area that we spent some time and all agreed to, and I think we're going to hear this throughout this table today, is the need for jobs with a living wage, coupled with a strong education for our young children beginning at age 0 right through high school. So those were the two issues that came out of Region 1, the Upper Peninsula.
Thank you, Earl. From the Northwest region, John.
I'm John Stevenson, Director at Northwest Community Action Agency. We're the upper 22 counties of northern lower Michigan. And so we're also a spread out area, rural in nature. We have the good fortune, I would say, to be closely connected to the Traverse Bay Poverty Reduction Initiative, and that group has been functioning for about 6 years. And so it's given us a good deal of hope and a good deal of thinking, ideas on ways that as a community we can begin to really attack the poverty issues. No surprise, we came up also with jobs, education as key areas that need to be addressed to truly have an impact on poverty. Healthcare and transportation also are high on the list.
Thank you. Jane, covering West Michigan.
Thank you. I'm Jane Johnson, the Director of the Department of Human Services in Muskegon County. And Region 3 has 7 counties along the western central area of Michigan. They include Kent, Lake, Mason, Muskegon, Newaygo, Oceana, and Ottawa counties. Our discussion really was diverse and pretty exciting because our area is so diverse. We have some very rural areas with Lake County with only a population of around 12,000, and yet we have very urban areas as well, and we encompass the city of Grand Rapids. Our discussion really focused on 2 key areas that we felt we were doing some innovative programming, but we still had a lot of opportunity. And the area of highest need that we saw was to service children that were in poverty. Second issue, very closely related to that for the children and for their parents, was the area of education. And then a very close third for us was the whole area of healthcare. We are going to follow up with meetings in December by Bev Drake, the Executive Director of Asset in Kent County, and Jim McCormick, the DHS Director in Newaygo Lake. Thank you.